Welcome to the Good Talk. Guys, it's going to be a Zach and John episode. Adrian had to step out. No real big reason to worry. Mel, during the game, was in a very slight fender bender. She was just here. They're totally okay.
Yep.
But they got to go take care of that. Again, she's totally cool. And actually, you'll even be able to see her Monday. Her and Adrian will be playing Sigmar.
It's a bummer, but a little slight hiccup on our Good Talk.
John, you just played a game.
Yeah, dude. It was so great. Tyranid kind of pre-release, right?
Yeah.
I think it was a really good game. It was back and forth. The dice have been so swingy this week.
The dice have been
literally
rough this week.
We can't even make 2-ups, apparently.
Yeah.
Our Celestine died, didn't get back up.
Yep.
My Homunculus didn't get back up, so it's crazy.
It's been wild. I don't know if it's like a no-bridger thing. What do you think?
It might be a no-bridger thing. He just took all the luck and all the vibes with him.
It's almost not even luck. It's like, because you have had luck. It's like, it's like
no consistency.
No consistency.
Yeah, it's all, the luck is just spent out in the first 2 turns, at least for me, and then I just have none at the end.
Is there a world in which Bridger was keeping everything together?
Was he? Like literally, yeah. He was actually the justice and like the order in our studio. Yeah. Weirdly enough.
Let's chat about the game. How'd it go?
I think the Tyranid book is really good. Obviously, we're testing some stuff out today. When Adrian's not here, I'm going to say that I wanted to play the Carnifexes. And I was super excited. And then Adrian was like, oh, Carnifexes.
No, he took them. He's like, no.
Yeah, because he did get the first stab at it.
Yeah.
And I think it's a super in-depth book.
Yeah.
It's like the book that you wish you had when you were a kid. There's so much customization. It feels like it should. It's just the depth is hard to like know going into it, especially on the first day. So there's a lot of growing that we're going to do. And obviously the lists are going to get a little more dynamic, I think. There's more of a sampler today, and then I think we're going to go into more stuff later on. Obviously, members will decide Tuesday, but our other lists we're going to be really cool. This game today, it was just blow after blow. Somehow, Tyranids practically tabled at the end of turn 5.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be tabled around 3 or 4.
Really?
To be honest.
I guess so.
Just his output, the amount of attacks he has.
Yeah.
Termagants, if they were able to shoot anything that wasn't like a boat or something,
they're kind of
probably would have just mulched them, to be honest.
It's kind of good to see that. It's good to see the little bugs, like all 3 of the little bugs, like kind of mattering.
Dude, even the gargoyles. Yeah. Really good.
Historically with the book, you're almost always picking one of the 3.
I thought the gargoyles were going to be easily the LVP. You kind of saw my vibes at the beginning of the game where I was just like, but they're expensive. Yeah. And I almost wiped them at the end of the game, and then somehow they got back to like 6 or 7 dudes, and they started taking points and strangle and things like that.
He wasn't really he didn't really get to use that often.
He didn't, no. Yeah. So there was like placement things and stuff. That being said, it was super close. So we enjoyed the game a lot. Obviously, we're running Drukhari versus the new nids, so we already think the Tyranid book is going to be really good, so we wanted to give them a run for their money.
Yeah.
And I think we did. We definitely did. MVPs, I think...
What do you think? We said before the show, we'd speculate for Adrian.
Yeah. We're going to make that decision for him.
Yeah. Let's start with that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Is it the Hive Tyrant?
Honestly, I was going to go for the Hive Tyrant.
Did work, right?
Yeah. After like kind of juggling everything, Termagants, the terrain was dense enough where he was hard-pressed to find good targets. Everything would have to touch in to be able to shoot. And then same thing for the Carnifexes. There was so much terrain where he was hard-pressed to navigate those big L's. Yeah. So it was difficult for him. We definitely gave him a run for his money. So I think it was the Tyrant that basically ran straight for the throat and tried to kill stuff. So I think Tyrant did the job. He killed the Talos, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I think he killed 2 Talos on his first charge.
Was that him or was that Old One Eye?
You know what?
Old One Eye was good too, though.
He was good because he was able to do what he set out to do. He lived on like 1 wound and then like regened. I'm going to change my answer.
Okay,
it's One Eye because of him living.
He did his thing.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? I will speculate for you.
Yeah. Okay. We're just full circle now.
So I'm gonna guess it was was it Incubi? That one incubi hung in there, like.
Oh, dude, and he killed the card effects all by himself. That's
kind of all
that
they
was
did,
the
though.
hero play, though.
Yeah,
that was for sure the hero play.
Okay.
The rest of his unit didn't do too much.
That's right. Okay, so that one incubi?
That one incubi, not the rest of the unit, just that one incubi.
that one.
That's sergeant, right?
But in all seriousness, who do you think it was?
Honestly, Blood Bride's amazing. They hit the Terminons.
Oh yeah, Blood Brides.
And didn't let him fall back. And they lived to the end of the game somehow.
Yeah.
Usually they get mulched to firepower. Did not this turn. Just rolled a ton of 4-ups.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, Tyranid's exciting. I would say that between you, me, Adrian, and Bridger, if there's one book, if we like gave every book a value of 1 to 10, and averaged the score out of like armies we think are cool, want to play, I bet this would be the highest number.
For sure.
You're not into Tau.
I'm not into Tau.
I'm not really into Drukhari. Nobody in the studio except for Bridger's into Custodes.
Yeah.
Like we have.
Absolutely no one's into Custodes.
No one's into
We won't
orcs,
touch it.
except for maybe a little bit of Bridger. This is probably the book where all like, this army's cool.
Yeah.
The playstyle's cool.
It's fun to play with, play against.
Yes, always.
Amazing. Yeah. Hit us with your questions. Even chat. Let us know. What do you guys think about the Tyranids? What do you want to see? What should we run against them on Tuesday? Because the Tuesday vote's going to be for Tyranid, their chapter, not what their opponent is. So give us some thoughts.
It's like Tyranids all week.
All week. Yeah.
All week. Awesome. Ready for some questions?
Let's do some questions.
Okay, we do have a few questions. We're going to hop around here. Bear with me, folks, if it does seem like I'm hopping around like crazy on questions. We skipped around a little bit because of Adrian jetting out.
Yeah.
So we had kind of all the many of the Tyranid questions covered for him. So here we go. Death Guard question.
Cool.
This is going to be a John question. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Iron Lith. Stay for the good talk. That's right now. Death Guard list for Nova. Exciting. I'll see you there.
Dude.
Are you going to Nova? Do you know?
I am up in the air. You guys are like, oh, I'm going to visit family. I have no family over there.
Oh,
I
you
just
can
kind of
like
want to
visit our
play.
family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Visit your uncle?
It's my sister
Oh.
and her family, and Adrian, has got family there.
Yeah.
They weirdly live like very close to each other. Like it was like before we even knew each other.
Yeah.
Okay, Mortarian, right? Anvil. 2 times. What is MPG?
Malefic.
No. Nope. That's what I was thinking. Let's come back to that. Lord of Change, Rotten Constitution plus Warp Insect.
Okay.
1 group of 10 Plague Marines, full melee. 2 groups of 10 Poxwalkers. 1 group of 5 Destrial Terminators, all the fixings, and Plague Skull.
Nice.
Fetid Bloat Spawn, all the fixings. Tallyman. Leviathan with Storm and Grav, 3 times Plague Burst Crawlers and Entropy. And Rothail, 1 times Rhino.
Rothail.
Rothail?
I think is what
Rothail.
Rothail.
Okay. What is MPG? Someone in chat's gonna
Yeah,
know.
let us know. I think it's a good list. You have a lot of the classics here. Bridger and I love the Plague Skull.
Yeah.
It's very, you have some dedicated melee, and the Leviathan and the PVC basically.
Malignant Plaguecaster.
Malignant Plaguecaster.
That makes sense.
Nice.
Thank you, Super Edie.
Cool. I like it. You're gonna probably take like ritual to the last type of stuff. Leviathan, weirdly, kind of a unit kind of all in one boat. It's expensive but has a lot of shooting. But I think you can, as long as you distract people with your melee and push up fast and hard, I think you can get away with it. I don't know if I like the Plague Marines.
Oh, well, yeah,
The 10-man,
they're
right?
like a fun pick
It's a
almost,
big,
right?
Yeah. I assume you have the flails in there as well.
Full melee, that's right,
yeah.
probably. What would you replace the Plague Marines
I would
with?
just split them up. I like Plague Marines.
Oh, you would take...
It actually helps you do some secondaries, like the Astartes secondaries.
Well, they're going in the Rhino, huh?
Yes.
That's why he's got... Oh, but you can still...
You can do
you
two
can
fives.
still 2/5s, yeah.
And you want to try to get into his deployment zone. So, I don't know. I think it's good. But yeah, I would split those up. Try to be more MSU.
Yeah.
Love the Pox. I think it's a decent list. It's obviously competitive.
Yeah.
3 BBCs. That's all you need, man.
Yeah.
They're expensive now, but they're good.
Fun. Okay,
I
I got a message. I got one on my phone I have to read.
Cool.
It's a super chat from Joe. Joe, you were wondering when we were going to read this. Here it is. Okay, he's talking about Zoanthropes.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how much we've looked into Zoanthropes. 6 strong Zoanthrope brood, +5 to cast, extra 3 mortals to Witchfire spells, super smite on 6+, minimum 4, max 9 mortals, best psyker in 40k.
Wait, who is this? Sorry.
This is Zoanthropes.
Oh, Zoanthropes. Whoa.
Yeah, let's check it.
Let's check it out, guys. Take a look.
While
at the
John
book.
looks it up, I will say I've always personally loved Zoanthropes. And the Neuranthrope, in the last book, the Neuranthrope buffed them.
Is it an elite?
It is an elite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay.
How are they looking?
How have they changed? They still have, they have a 4-up invul instead of a 3 now.
Ooh, okay,
They
that
used to
makes
have a
sense.
3.
We've been seeing that go away.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
no surprise.
Add 1 to psychic tests. Ooh, is there a max? Did he say there was a max of 3 mortals? It's a max of 3 mortal wounds for the warp blast. Does he know that?
Extra 3 mortals to Witchfire spells.
A maximum of +3. So it's not the cap. Gotcha. So you can't just stack the modifiers here.
Max of 9 mortals, it says, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. That's good.
What do you
How many
think? Do you like
points
them?
is this, though?
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's taking 6.
Yes.
Zoanthrope. They are 50 points a model, which is actually pretty good. That means you're paying 300 points. It's an expensive unit. That's no longer Invuln 3.
But T4, how many wounds?
T5.
T5, 4 wounds,
Yeah.
and their save is otherwise 5 up. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
They're so fragile.
Okay, here's a question for you. They only do stuff in the psychic phase, right?
Yeah. And then, is that the only thing he's doing, basically? Is the 9 mortals? +5, extra 3. Best psyker in the game? No, definitely not. I wouldn't say the best psyker in the game, because it's 300 points.
They don't have a strat for like moving in the shooting phase, Tyranids? Like, can you jump them? Psychic?
Ooh, that would be cool. Do you even need line of sight for this?
Does it's smite, right?
Yeah, okay. Huh. I don't think they do have a move, shoot, move, but correct us if we're wrong. I don't want to just like look through every site or stratagem.
Yeah, let us know, guys. We haven't Adrian has looked through the book marginally more than we have.
Yeah. I've definitely glanced through it, but not in depth. But look, I think Grey Knights and Thousand Suns probably putting out more mortal wounds.
Over the course of the whole army,
Over the course of the whole army? No, because there's a librarian Grey Knight character that can dish out.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
9 to 12.
T-Suns can go pretty crazy too.
So probably not in terms of like Witchfire stuff, but it's pretty dang good still. I'm scared of the amount of investment you're getting to putting these guys on the field, right?
300 points is a lot.
Yeah.
For a 4-up save.
But I think there's lists that can definitely center around it, right? You can put the 5-up Feel the Pain on them, have a lot of distraction card effects, literally or not.
Yeah.
And
you can certainly screen them from a charge. It's,
Yeah.
it's like shooting that's going to be a problem,
character?
right? No,
No.
they don't.
Yeah.
What is the Neuranthrope do?
But they're core, though.
That's interesting. What does the Neuranthrope do for them?
Neurothrope?
Yeah.
That's weird. That is its HQ.
Does he buff them in any way?
Regains 1.
He does. Does he? Oh,
Yeah,
he passes
and
it to them.
or Zoanthropes.
Oh, yeah, that's how.
regains 1 to
Okay.
a maximum of 3.
Okay.
Eh.
You'll still lose guys, but you'll always have a guy on 4. Maybe.
Yeah.
At the
That's
start
cool.
of a turn.
It's not like you can bring guys back or anything that I know of. Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Maybe
let
not
us
the
know.
best psyker in 40k, but
Maybe not the
maybe
best.
up there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Siege Roots. Okay, so my buddy who started 40k with me is getting Tyranids. He started Death Guard. Why does he choose my arch rivals? Also, at this point, GW has to be doing this on purpose. Undercost CODEX to know what to nerf. So is his do we know? Do you remember what Siege Roots plays? Will this be Ultramarines, right? Like I feel like these are like the two.
Maybe Ultramarines, maybe Blood Angels, or some type of Marine. I forget, Siegers. Let us know. I know if you're in chat, let us know. Look, that's a good friend. If he's playing your arch rival every time,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And a friend who's starting an army just to play a game with you.
Yeah.
Come on, Caesars. Be positive.
Come on, yeah.
Be positive.
I love it. Undercosted Codex, know what to nerf. Also, at this point, GW has to be doing this.
He's joking about this.
Yeah,
Undercost Codex to know what to nerf. Seedroots, let us know what you mean by that if you're in chat.
I don't think you have to. You have anything to be worried about, Siege. I think Tyranids might be in a good place. We might have a good one here.
Yeah,
I don't think it's under or over. I think we're in a good place, but of course we have to play it out. Right?
Yeah, I mean, like realistically, the Craft World part of the Craft World book, of the Oderi book, is kind of okay, right?
Yeah, super okay.
It hasn't been all doom and gloom,
right.
But thank you, Steady Break. Speaking of, sorry in advance. Okay, take this one serious, very serious question. How can rules be so broken? 75% win rate with Harlequins ruins the game and adds anger after the FAQ doesn't fix it. Also, 2 wounds is meaningless when everyone has 2 damage weapons and if everything has AP. What do you think?
Sounds like some, he might be playing Marines.
Oh yeah, Steady Break is guys. Steady Break. Yeah. You are a Marine player. We have figured it out. Yeah.
It's rough. We talked about this in previous episodes. Harlequins, Custodes, a lot of elite armies, hard to get right because they're elite. They are supposed to do something really, really well, and there's a fine line between something that is supposed to do something really well, it doesn't quite hit the mark.
Yeah.
And then something that just overkills, right?
Right.
And so
it's hard to get efficiency.
Yeah, and then also like Custodes, their whole thing is about not playing the game and not letting other people play the game, right?
Kind of Tau.
So like,
I mean, actually, all 3 of these aren't the 3 big scary armies. That's kind of what they do right now, right?
And that's probably why you see those like 70-60% win percentages, right?
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's quite bad, but it's almost there. But yeah, Harlequins flipping over terrain, ignoring Overwatch. Making the other person not be able to use their rerolls.
When an army is really strong in the movement phase, it's hard.
Yeah.
When an army is strong in the shooting or the combat phase, you kind of know, you can think through the math.
Right.
In the movement phase, you can kind of guess what they're going to do, but you can't always foresee everything that every unit's going to do.
When you have a Harlequin character that gets 6+, or D6+2 or 6+2 charge.
Yeah. You think this thing
it's impossible. It's like
you're like, oh, I'm safe 24 inches away from that. Yeah. And it's like, no, I'm not. It's actually like a 5-inch charge now. I've always struggled as a Tau player against Harlequins. It's just any army that can surprise me with how far it moves.
Yeah. But there is definitely, everyone agrees that there is some tweaking that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Probably harsher rather than lighter. And then we can figure it out from there, right? I think we're seeing a trend of like the older codexes not getting a ton of love, and they also deserve that too. So there's like kind of like a meet in the halfway point, right?
Yeah.
Meet in the middle there.
Hang in there, Steady Break, and play if you've got friends, chat it out. Make sure the game's going to be good.
Yeah, make sure you're setting yourself up for good games too. And if you're in the tournament scene, hang
in there.
Hang in there, and also cut your losses too. Don't be like, oh, I need to kill Harlequins. I'm taking 50 flamers. To auto hit, and then you just lose every other matchup, hey, if you run into Harlequins, you might lose that one, but get your win percentage somewhere else.
Yeah.
Kind of play towards everything else.
Yeah, good advice. Thanks, John. And thank you, Patrick. Any opinions on the Maleceptor shotgun strat each turn?
What?
Potentially 20+ mortal wounds in a turn in Leviathan seems interesting game design. Patrick, John is going to look this up.
Look, that is quite interesting in some ways. Is there a name?
This is the one I knew. This is the one I knew we'd have to look up. Yeah.
Darn it.
Chad, if you guys know what the name of that strat is, let us know.
Hit us with the name.
Otherwise, look for the Maleceptor keyword, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to see if there's another one.
Yeah. Play for time.
Oh, here's a good one. Actually, I need to look one up, but I'll wait.
This is Bookhammer.
I need to look up one here by Doombringer. That's a great question about Tau and Crusade. We'll get there in a second. Thank you, Nova Kyle. Hey Titans, could Games Workshop errata, the Thousand Sun strats and psychic powers that you can't use on Magnus instead of modifying his points. Would this make him usable? Strats such as Implacable Guardians and powers like Tempest Surge. Yeah, I think this is a tough one. It's just not, it's kind of interesting. Like, I guess in the balanced data slates, they could do this. We haven't really seen that kind of change from them before. Could they do it? I suppose they could. I think, I don't know. What do you think on this one, John?
Sorry, this is T-Sun's.
Yeah, like to make Magnus a little bit more playable, like change make more things usable on him, strats and psychic powers.
Yeah, again, it's this huge Primarch unit that is, again, has like the elite kind of.
Yeah, is that what's making him not great? The fact that he can't have these particular powers and the strat used on him.
Yeah, I think he should be able to have strats used on him for sure. But he also, I don't know, I want to say just balance him a little more. Probably bring his points down, but also hedge what he can actually do, right? Because you don't want him to get out of hand. You don't want, Smash, like the Smash Brothers back again, right?
Honestly, characters like Magnus are, real quick, Nova Kyle. Marcus in chat says, it's the Maleceptor datasheet plus the Power of the Hive Mind Epic Deed strat, which is the brown.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Marcus. Characters like Magnus, actually, I think like individual characters like this, characters you can only take one of, actually somewhat benefit from being fixed with points, maybe more than other units, since you're only taking one ever anyway. The danger, like John's saying, is like it's something that you can take multiples of, is that you start to make it too cheap. Now people spam it.
Right.
Magnus, you can't spam. You can only take one. I don't know, Nova Cairo. It's not. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It would come out in a balanced data slate that they release. Whereas fixing the points, it doesn't always feel like it quite fixes everything, but it does help. If you're suddenly picking up another rubric squad or something because of his points, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maleceptor.
What?
Oh, I know. It's the big bug thing.
Yeah, it's a big bug. The psychic bug.
Yeah.
I think it's elite.
Maleceptor. Yeah. Interesting. What? 7 or more. Oh, I see. So he can basically do mortals in a bubble.
Okay.
When he casts over a certain amount. Gosh, he has so many rules. Oh my.
It's a pretty intense stage.
He has an aura, of course. Sucker gains the following ability. Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. It's quite strong. Yeah, and there's no limit on the amount of time. So, yeah, basically if you cast over, you can cast any power. If you cast over a 7, you do basically a certain amount of mortal wounds. It's 3 mortal wounds in this case.
Okay, so how's this combined with this?
With a strat, it's an extra power. So you're casting 2, 3 powers.
Oh, I see. And he can keep casting? Oh, no, okay. Got it.
You can cast 2. So you can cast 3. Yeah, it's a lot of mortals.
Yeah.
If this model has, it's going to be 3 every time. Yeah, so just from casting, you'll do 9 mortals in a bubble from this guy. Wow. And then you'll get the power off whatever you did.
We don't.
That's really strong.
Do we have one of these?
Yes, they were still good. Adrian was in love with this when he was running Crusher, just because of the -1 strength from ranged attacks. It's really good. Huh. That's actually really strong. Yeah, it's good. Broken.
Well, thank you, Doombringer. Which units to take a void for Tau in a crusade to make it fun for all? Other factions are Krieg, Death Guard, and Orcs. Okay, so this is a great question. This is not the Tau book. This is the Tau book.
I'm going to be just lost in this book now, Zach.
Yeah,
it's all
that's
you.
Okay. So this is a very good question, Doombringer, because the problem with Tau is everything's kind of good. So I think John could give me a thumbs up or down on some of these thoughts.
It's 170 points, Zach.
The Maleceptor. That's sort of cheap. That's kind of cheap. That's sort of cheap.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, we're into it. We're into who? Let me go back up to who was Patrick. We're into it. We're into the Maleceptor.
Yeah.
We'll get it on stream.
Yeah, for sure. Week. Yeah. Don't tell Adrian.
That's not going to be a hard. Yeah, that's not going to be hard. Tau can be challenging. Here's a couple things I would toss out.
Closest enemy. Yeah, not in a bubble.
Yeah. Here's. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. So Tau Crusade, right? First of all, I think one good way to make Tau a little less intense is don't take 5 crisis suits, take 3 maybe. Crisis suits are like a big offender, right? They more or less delete 2 units. They get the drop down. They're deleting 2 units a turn. Think about the weapons you're putting on them. What else is a super big offender? Anything broadsides you got to be careful with. They can be really nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would say like kind of know Doombringer what is good. You've been playing the army outside of Crusade, so whatever feels really rough, limit that.
Sure.
Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Adrian and I played a game on stream, our first Tempest of War game for the channel. We took Orcs versus Tau. We know that can be a rough matchup for the Orcs. One of the things we did is we took no smart missile systems, and it made the game way more interesting. So no smart missiles. The only nasty squad I had was the Crisis and the 2, or the 1 commander, I think. So limit your commanders, limit your Crisis.
Yeah, I mean, at least if I were to play Tau in Crusade, I think I would try to go for more like of a finesse army.
Which they're good at, right? That's what I mean.
Right, exactly. It's a balanced codex. You can definitely find things that are very, high ceiling where you can just really go crazy with the amount of flexibility that army has. And just don't take a ton of the great stuff,
The thing I think always to remember is like nobody gets angry at your unit. People feel bads when a unit is really killy and really hard to kill. And if it's both, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Nobody ever really feels too bad when a unit's good at utility.
Sure.
Nobody's like stressed because you're like hopping around, at least outside the competitive, outside of a tournament. So I think stealth are good for this. They're a little killy. They can be a little hard to kill outside of melee, but they're good utility.
Yeah. I mean, as long as your opponent can see the path to victory, before you snatch it away from them, I think it's going to be a good list.
Yeah, stick with things that aren't both really killy and hard to kill. That's good advice in Crusade for any army, honestly. I would posit. Thank you, Curtis. Greetings, Titans. Long time no super chat. I have 3 questions regarding Firstborn Green Wing.
Oh man,
this is deep.
This is definitely
deep, John.
This is definitely an Adrian question.
This is an Adrian question. But John, it's not a Zach question at all, Curtis. But we're gonna get John.
Oh no.
Okay, here we go. 3 questions regarding Firstborn Green Wing. 1, if you were building a 10-man assault squad, how would you equip the sergeant? Okay, that's not hard. You can do that. Okay, that's question 1. Question 2, would you include flamers or eviscerators? Okay, it's getting a little harder. The questions are getting a little harder.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, number 3, what would be your must-takes in a 2K list for an ITC event? Working on building a full 100-man battle company for nostalgia's sake. Oh, that's super cool.
Gosh.
I can address the last one.
Yeah.
About building the battle company.
Look, we might need to get Adrian's take on a different day, but we should try this.
Okay, so I'm going to do the last one. Super cool. Done. Okay, you're on the first 3. So 1, how do you
building a 10-man assault
sergeant? Well, I mean, how do you equip a firstborn sergeant in any?
Yeah. I think you can't go wrong.
Keeping in mind, he's gonna have. It looks like he's gonna have 10. This is all he's gonna have. He's building 100-man, so he's gonna have 10.
Well, that doesn't mean he's gonna be all 10-man assault squads, right?
That's true. It will, I think it's 3.
Yeah.
Like to be official.
Sure.
Right? Okay.
Sure. Look, I want to go hammer, to be honest.
Okay.
You gotta bring the hammer. You don't want to bring like a fist to a gunfight. You want to bring a hammer. Much better.
Okay.
Flamer or eviscerator?
Yeah.
I'm into flamers right now. It depends If it seems like he's going to an ITC event. You might see some Harlequins. I said don't bring 50 flamers, but hey, you might want 10.
One of these squads.
You might want 10.
Yeah.
Eviscerators, I assume, are like a melee weapon.
I think so.
It sounds like a melee weapon.
Isn't it like the two-handed sword?
Like a falchion almost.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly because we don't know what the second part is. And then 2K list going to an event for Deathwing.
Green Wing.
Or Green Wing. Do we know what Green Wing is for sure? Because it's not Raven Wing.
That's what it is. It's everything that's not Raven Wing and Deathwing.
Exactly.
Kind of like.
So what is that?
I don't think it's an official term.
Well,
it's Firstborn.
That makes it more complicated.
Outside of bikes. Yeah.
Huh.
Two assault.
No, there you go. Bryce
Thank
is
you, Curtis.
Bryce is helping us out as well.
Bryce is
Plasma.
a Dark Angels player. Yeah.
Boom. That's your answer. Plasma.
Power swords, though?
Dark Angels do like their plasma.
Yeah, Eviscerator is like the two-handed sword.
Melee. Yeah, Eviscerator is melee. You're right. +3 strength, -4 AP, 2 damage. Huh.
Yeah. We're going to get Curtis. We're going to get, next time I see you on, at me or at Bridger.
Yeah.
We'll get Adrian's take on this.
For sure. Yeah, but I think the Eviscerator is cool. Hammer could be better. But I don't know. Flamer maybe?
You haven't been playing around with a lot of Firstborn.
I haven't been.
No.
Famously not taking even Van Vets with my Blood Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get you a better answer, Curtis, but we hope that gives you a good start. Thank you, Dungeon Master. Hi, Titans. What do you think of the preview night weapon updates? What does the Reaper Chainsword having 3x sweep attack mode mean for the tap dancing feat of double gun knights?
No! That's so good. I see. So he's questioning, now that there's a chainsword with ×3 sweep, which is insane, that means he's getting like 18 attacks on a sweep, I believe.
I think.
Because it's 12 go to 18. Okay. Now, is that more intriguing than the double gun and then not depending on your feet for your melee attacks?
What are you thinking?
For Chaos Knights, that's their thing though. Yes, they have a cool chainsword, but they get double the same gun.
Yeah.
So I would still want to lean to the double gun.
You gonna do like a mix? What are you thinking?
Like a mix, what, you can't do 3? You can't do chainsword
and
double gun and just
when you're building your no. You just like ignore what says on the data sheet. You're just like
chainsaw head.
Took both. Hey, look, I paid the points for it.
yeah.
I know I can't do it, but I did pay the points for it. Split the difference?
4 up it?
4 up it, yeah. No, would you, I mean, Adrian was even just talking about he likes the idea of building one super crazy melee one.
Sure.
And just like yeeting it in. What do you think?
Yeah. I think that's great. I think since you're Chaos Knights, you're more into this knight does a specific thing. He has either 2 Gatlings, maybe 2 cannons, maybe 2 chainswords. Now that's very interesting. I like it. Or like he's like all melee. So I totally get that. I think you're right. You could have a melee-oriented one. He has like the very kamikaze ABC like traits and stuff. Gets in there. He's a distraction card effects for a turn, and then everyone can shoot.
Just shoot. Yeah. I like it. It's a good strategy in general. And thank you, Ogre Barbarian, as always. Always good to hear from you. Hey, Titans, getting ready to watch live. Catching up on my pile of shame, always good, by building T-Suns. Getting so psyched for all the Chaos books coming soon. Nids be scary. Who can save us? Let's go Chaos. 7.
7. Chaos.
Chaos. Yeah, people are excited about Chaos.
Yeah.
We had. You and I were excited. We had a year of Xenos here. Chaos players getting excited.
Yeah. Year of Chaos. Hopefully.
We'll have some more Chaos on the channel.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to dive into some Chaos, huh?
I think I am. It's gonna be really fun.
You've been Chaos resistant here.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, we're kind of still sore about the Eye of Terror thing.
Yeah.
The Eldar race dying. It's fine.
You have to be a different John.
Yeah, it's true. It's a new side of myself. We'll have to work on our evil laugh, things like that.
Yeah. Mustache twirling. Mustache growing.
Growing, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Siege Roots. Time to get 20 secondhand Firstborn Marines and paint their helmets white. They're Tyrannic War Veterans now. Yeah, Tyrannic War Veterans now. Yeah, it's cool. I
What
like
is this referencing? Sorry.
Ultramarines have like white helmets.
Yeah, yeah.
In the they had like the big. They almost got wiped out by Tyranids.
Oh,
right
I
there
see.
in
I
Tyrannic
see.
War. Yeah, I think I do like the Ultramarines Tyranids matchup. We gotta do that, this
Dude.
week. We gotta. Make that
Yeah, I
happen.
mean it's kind of a classic, right? We need to make it happen.
We toss the term classic around here a lot.
That's classic.
That's classic. We're really into classic and oopsall right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So we need to do some real classics.
Oops, all card effects.
Oops, and some real oopsalls. Because for us to be able to keep using these phrases, we need to actually do them.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Every now and then.
We need to follow through.
Yeah.
It's true. That's cool.
That's awesome, Seeger. You might be seeing a lot of nids on the table soon. Hopefully.
Yeah. It's a cool matchup.
Yeah.
I think you have the firepower for sure. Bolters, good at killing the swarms. Gotta do it.
Yep.
Firstborn, I don't know.
Yeah. John's not convinced. I don't know that I am either. Thank you, Jack. Hi, Titans. With the new balance slate coming out next week, what changes will be made to balance Tau? Keep up the great work. Hope you're all well. What do you think? What would you like to see? You've played a few times against Tau.
Tau.
More than a few times.
Honestly, if it's like the big four or top three terrors of the meta, I'm super cool with Tau. I think Tau are fine. I think they got Tau pretty good. There are some oppressive lists where you're spamming a lot of crisis, a lot of no line of sight. There's the bodyguard thing.
The bodyguard thing is going to need to get fixed.
Yeah.
The bodyguard thing should get fixed. It's a little goofy, right?
It's a little goofy.
Yeah.
And I think that's good for a lot of factions too, because we don't want that kind of shenanigans really, right? It's not super intuitive unless you're playing at these events pretty often or familiar with it. You're not gonna really dig it. But Tau, maybe you increase the points on their.
Crisis, maybe? Would you bump Crisis a little?
You think it should be bodies? Maybe weapons?
I don't know.
Do you think?
I don't know. They normally do bodies, right?
Right. Yeah, sure. Crisis maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I've been saying every time I play them, and I don't feel this way with my Simhan, every time I play Tau, while we're setting up for the game, I'm just like, I have too many units. I actually feel like if I forgot to bring some crude in or something, or if I me, I love my Dalyeth outflank strat.
Yeah.
If I had them go off the board or Wall of Mirrors and forgot to bring them back, I might not even notice it sometimes. I have so many units when I play Tau.
That's so BM, Zach.
So I think the points are a little bit too low on some things. Penalize me a little bit more for taking some 5 Crisis Squad.
Sure.
Maybe make me lose a Crude Squad. And
Ooh.
that sounds okay, who cares about Crude Squad? But that's kind of how you win games with
Yeah,
that.
right. The Crisis are really oppressing your opponent while your utility is making you the points.
Yep.
If you can at least take away the points aspect of it and make the Crisis work a little harder for the points.
I think so.
That could actually be a good route.
This is actually an instance I've said before that I don't think points changes often fix things. This is an instance where I think they would.
Sure.
Because again, I just have too many units. It's weird.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be too hard on Tau, for sure. I think definitely figure out the other top factions and then see where they fall, I wouldn't go too hard. But good question. It's a really good question. I think everyone's thinking about it, right?
Okay, thank you, Magnus, as always. Okay, Magnus, your message starts with it. It requires stacking buffs. Oh, here we go.
It makes you think.
Sorry, yeah, okay. I thought it was maybe referencing a previous message. Okay, it's totally new. Moving on. Okay, it requires stacking buffs, but the Termagants and Tervagon is tough to shift. Running Leviathan, Zoanthropes, Venomthropes, Catalyst, free 10-man is value. Hive Nexus power letting you keep up Imperative on a unit is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we have access to a Tervagon and a ton of an army that has this.
Yeah. We might need to upgrade our Venomthrope game.
Yeah.
For sure.
We don't have the Venomthropes.
Yeah.
I don't know what other Tyranid armies we have. We have this one. Yeah. Megan has a Tyranid army that's pretty big.
Yeah. We have a few friends with Nid armies as well.
Good, yeah.
Wow, even Magnus is on board with this Zoanthrope, Venomthrope.
Yeah.
Huh. It sounds like it seems like the blatant route to be honest. Catalyst, awesome. It seems really good. You got to kill the gaunts to the man.
Yeah, the problem it's almost like what we were saying earlier about things that are easy to kill, like something like Tau shooting at Venomthropes, or excuse me, Zoanthropes.
Yeah.
It's just so many shots that are going to hit on 3, wound on 4, probably reroll 1s. And they're going to be AP 1, so you're going to be taking your 4-ups. And it's like,
it's a lot.
It sounds good until you're rolling like 24 dice against the unit. You know what I mean? Over the course of a turn.
It's true.
This
Gotta
happens.
play it. Gotta play it.
Gotta play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get them on the board. Don't worry. We have Zoanthropes in this army. Yeah. I know we have Neuranthrope. I think we have Zoanthropes.
We might have one.
Like a 3-man or something? I know we have Neuranthropes.
I don't think we have any Zoanthropes.
Oh.
Actually.
We gotta get some.
Yeah, I think I've definitely wanted to run like Venomthropes and Zoanthropes, but I don't think we have either. Yeah.
Thank you, Hytorian. Thinking about trying out the Phobos Army of Renown as Ultramarines, going for some redeployment shenanigans with the Lord of the Seat and rapid redeployment. How can I maximize turn 1 devastation?
Look, I mean, just by doing those things, amazing. Famously,
who does this best?
Did he not say? Oh, I think rapid redeployment is Ultramarines.
It is Ultramarines. Like, what units do you take for this?
Oh yeah. So I think famously, the it's like I'm blanking. The not the dread that's not the dread. The infiltrator dread. You know what I'm talking about? Has the pistol. Blah 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 blah. Blah.
Oh, the Invictor Warsuit.
Invictor Warsuit. Yeah, really cool. I would take those. Those you can just blatantly just like front and center, 9 inches away. I guess you can try to hide behind obscuring on the edges or something, but definitely go for those. Invictor Warsuit's awesome. And just a bunch of Phobos. Your army is basically writing the list.
Yeah.
I think it's super great. Infiltrators, Incursors, maybe even Reavers.
Phobos is so cool.
It's so amazing.
Phobos is like the coolest part of like Primaires.
Yeah.
Like I'm really into it.
They need to give them some more love so that you do have more options. Like even if it's upgrade options or I don't know. I think it's great. And then make sure you deploy aggressively, and then if you need to, rapid redeploy them back.
Always a good trick. Always good advice, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Crusader Kerbo. Hey, Titans. The girlfriend is real excited for the new nids release. What would you get for a start in nids? Thinking of at least 2 combat patrols start collecting. Yes, the combat patrol box is so good.
Yeah.
It's a hive tyrant and like everything you need. It's in here, right? Like
is there a picture?
They've been doing that. It's like right at the start.
Right at the start.
No, not the start. Right at the start of the rules.
Oh.
Right before. Oh, one thing they did in this book, guys, just so you know. Every other page is a crusade page, right? In this book, it's
every other
page. So when you're flipping through, you're always on a crusade page. After the pictures.
After the picture,
John
is it this one?
We're distracted. Is that?
That doesn't. No, that looks like a lot.
That's just a picture.
That is.
There it is.
I see. Oh.
It's great, right? It's okay. So what is it?
This is amazing.
How many Termagants is it?
It is a lot.
It's like, oh no, it's just all Termagants.
It's all all Termagants.
Oops, all Termagants. 3 warriors and a hive tyrant.
Is that looks like 30? There's not 30 in a patrol.
That's 30.
That looks like 30 on this picture.
That's definitely 30.
And looks like there's some swarms as well. The
Rippers.
The Rippers.
Rippers kind of come on everything, so I can't say that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Yes, get this. Get
that. So 2 of those is yes.
Yeah.
What would you? Okay, so let's say 2 of those.
On top of that, what else should you get?
Let's give Crusader like 3 more boxes.
Look, it sounds like you're taking a Maleceptor, some Venomthropes, and some Zoanthropes.
Sounds like we used this this episode of the Good Talk to figure out Crusader Kerbo what you're gonna get.
And I think chat and us kind of nailed this down for you.
Yeah.
I think you're going Venomthropes, Zoanthropes, and Maleceptor. Get the Maleceptor first, I think.
Well, and
you could probably take multiple. Oh my gosh, you can take multiple.
Of course, you can take multiple.
That's really good.
Yeah.
You could probably take 1.
Yeah, it has. He says it has the 3 Ripper swarms. Yeah. I don't know. Like I think it's the next boxes you'd pick up. So I would say 2 of these, right?
Yeah.
And I know that some people are a little down on the Flying Hive Tyrant because it's not 2 up, right?
Yeah. But the speed.
The speed, and it's still scary.
It's T7 instead of T8, but
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
still, like you're still gonna want one every now and then to play at very least. So 2 boxes of that is good, and then like I don't know. Yeah, I agree with John. Like Maleceptor, 2 boxes of Zoanthropes, something like that.
Oh, you want a Tyranid Prime was really good.
Oh, Tyranid Prime.
Think about what synapse. You have a lot of synapse already.
You can actually weirdly make a Tyranid Prime.
From the warrior?
That's how you do it. So if you bought 2 of these, you would have 5 warriors, a 5-man warrior squad, and a Tyranid Prime.
Oh my gosh, it's like
You could do that with Zoanthropes too.
that's so perfect.
That's how they work. Yeah, you can make a Neuranthrope.
Yeah.
So actually, I like this. So 2 Zoanthrope boxes, make a Neuranthrope and a 5-man squad of Zoanthropes, a Maleceptor, and the 2 combat patrols.
That's like if I didn't have access to a Tyranid army, that sounds really easy to start.
It's pretty easy.
2
to start.
boxes and a few additional
It's not bad.
kits. Yeah, that's great.
That's really that's good. Yeah. Good luck, Crusader. Hopefully, you guys have awesome games.
A great army to pick up.
Yeah. Thank you, Mortifacto Miko. What do you hope to see in the balance patch next week? How's that different from what you expect James to do? Will Space Marines get any love? Thanks. All right, John, you have thoughts on this.
Oh man, I have thoughts.
Okay. Lay them on us, John.
I don't know what they would fix rules-wise. Honestly, I don't. I think it's all centered around points.
Okay.
I think
Well, you've already said you'd go light on Tau.
I'll go light on Tau. That's fine.
How do you talk to us about Custodians and Harlequins?
Harlequins need to go up, way up. All their vehicles, they should have been probably 10 points. Maybe no. Let's start with 10 points.
Okay.
More expensive.
Okay.
Right. Off the bat, if you're playing a competitive list, your list is probably going up 150, 140 points. So that's fine. Let's start there. Their rules are really good. I don't know, without just saying, hey, minimum 2, what's it called? Void Reavers. That would be, I don't think they're going to do that. It's probably what should happen.
Oh, like limiting it.
Right.
Yeah. But they have done that recently.
It's a little straight to the point.
I mean, they did that with buggies. They did it with orcs.
That's true.
They've done that, yeah.
That's true. Maybe. I wouldn't put it past them, but it seems like very targeted. I don't know if they've been super targeted. They said buggies in general, that's across multiple data sheets.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
just saying them like Void Weavers, 2 units.
I'm going to throw something wild out for you to address, John.
Yeah.
In Sigmar, do you know how they addressed this recently? Did you see what they did?
Yeah.
They basically took all the really nasty units that everyone's been complaining about, and you get a victory point. You know, Sigmar is typically less victory points. It's like 20 to 30.
Yeah, so it's more impactful.
So it's more impactful. Would you pick units and say, you know, if that unit gets destroyed, you get 2 VP? You don't
that's
like
not
it?
a 40k thing.
No, it's not. But it wasn't a Sigmar
heresy.
thing.
That's heresy, Zach.
That's heresy. Yeah, people.
That is very interesting.
People don't know how to feel about Sigmar right now either. And it's usually just 1 point. Most things are 1 point, some are 2. But Sigmar games often come down to that many points. Like, is that, how do you feel about, like, what do you think of that concept in general?
I think it's cool. You can definitely balance it that way. It's an option, Zach.
It doesn't get rid of feel bads, like we were saying earlier. It just means when you do finally kill that really nasty thing, you get a little something for it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's more complexity into the game as well. We're like, oh, I gotta remember I get points for this. Oh, I forgot it.
Yeah,
My
that's
last
fair.
game, I didn't get those points. I should have. It's a lot of moving parts, especially for people just coming in. So I'm trying to think of like very like broad fixes and as few fixes as possible to get to where we need. Right. Just because I don't like how many rules there are in the game. Right.
Yeah.
Should try to be as simple as possible, just for people just starting out.
I think that point about people starting out is very good. Because people not starting out, like in Sigmar, we all know now. Because we all assume which armies get, which models get it. And mostly they got it right. There's very few units where you're like, that thing sucks so bad to play against. And then you look, it's like, I get a victory point.
That's right.
So they mostly got it right. But you're right.
Good.
People jumping in, you know, they're not going to know necessarily.
But I'm glad that they're getting AOS right in that regard, at least.
Well, it's new, and it's interesting, but maybe not space yet in 40K. Yeah.
Custodes, though, you gotta probably limit or increase the amount of bikes you can take. They're just so cheap. This is the one where the Custode Codex came out. They were already pretty decently priced, but they had an FAQ or like an update right after where they went down in points.
Yeah.
Like literally after their Codex release, they went down.
Yeah.
So bring them back up.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, John, you're gonna have to hop. Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. A little bit of research. Mortifactus Miko didn't even know that Adrian wouldn't be in the super chat and asked this specifically of you and me. I'm really curious what this is, Miko. Okay, for Zach and John, I'm not sure you and I have ever had like a specific question. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike was just like, I just want Zach and John's thoughts.
Yeah.
Like
just
Adrian can sit over here.
Adrian should be here right now.
But I don't want to hear what he has to say.
Don't want to hear from Adrian. Okay. For Zach and John, what do you think about mortifactors? Ritualistic death-worshipping, skull-wearing cannibals, somehow an Ultramarine successor? Your favorite successor chapter.
Hey.
Okay, mortifactors.
His favorite, right? Or they're telling you?
He wants to know what we think
your
about.
favorite.
I just want to see. I'm going to base a lot of this off of the picture. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, so naturally it's a skull
Okay.
for their...
Ooh,
okay.
black and yellow and white.
Very tribal. Tribal, okay.
Okay.
Huh. Wait, who are they the successors of?
Ultramarines.
Wow.
But
this is-
Ultramarines have like a lot of
Ultramarines-
successor chapters.
Yeah, but they really went wrong with these guys.
Yeah, they don't.
Like, how did they let this happen?
Cannibals. When they're cannibals, do they eat other Space Marines or do they eat humans?
Yeah, like in what way?
Yeah.
Do
Do you have a favorite successor chapter? I'm
I think I do. It's between Lamenters or
they're
Flesh
Blood Angels?
Terrors.
No, Lamenters are from where?
Lamenters are Blood Angels.
Oh, they're two Blood Angel
Yeah.
ones.
They're like the most feels bad success chapter that's ever like been like existed, right? They have like a run of terrible luck where they're super loyal, but everyone thought they were heretics, and then they killed them all, and then we're like, all right, we're like still around, but like we just want to help out. Can we just help out a little bit? And then like every time they see one of their brothers, basically they get killed.
Oh, I see.
So it sucks. They're good guys, but
John likes a tragic figure.
yeah, it's a tragic story.
I also kind of like a tragic figure. I don't know if this is a successor chapter. I might need you to phone research again. Ready? Soul Drinkers. They're actually renegade. They're super cool. Kind of their background. I know they're not like in the Imperium officially, but I think they're like Imperial adjacent, which that's not typically too popular with the Imperium.
Yes.
Are they successors of somebody? I guess they
you
have
were
to
exactly right. Renegade chapter declared excommunicated Traitoris.
Who do they come from?
These are good questions.
They have to
Ooh,
come
it
from
looks
somebody.
very
It's purple and yellow.
unknown, but believed to be Imperial Fists.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Traditionally my least favorite chapter.
Does that change your answer?
A little bit. I will say that a lot of the Ultramarine chapter successors are super cool. There's like Nova something. They're like blue and white, but like more white than blue. And I think the blue is like a little more teal.
Oh.
I feel like Miko. I'd probably pick it off the visuals. Soul Drinkers I just thought were cool because they're kind of like anti-heroes, which can be cool.
Yeah.
They're not actually in the Imperium, but they also don't like chaos.
That's cool.
So they're like, and they're also like mutated, so you can like the main guy has like
they're like really almost chaos.
Yeah, so the main guy has like spider legs. It's like
what?
It's like a
I can kind of see why they were excommunicated.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? That's actually not how.
That's where we draw the line.
That's where we draw the line. Spider legs, you're out.
Spears of the Emperor, really great. That's like white and.
I think that's
the one you're talking about.
Maybe that's what I'm talking about.
That's like the all Primaris
Carlos.
Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Minotaurs are really good.
Everybody thinks Minotaurs are cool.
I don't like Minotaurs. I would like fighting Minotaurs.
Yeah.
I just think them being like the police of the Space Marines, kind of lame.
I don't know how Gilliman saw these guys and thought, yes, Nico says. He's talking about the cannibal ones. Yeah. That's...
Ultramarines of everyone.
I need to, when I was in the heresy, I was going through and reading all about Space Marines, but I didn't go too deep into the successor chapters because they're a little more post-heresy, of course. But I should go back and reread.
Yeah, there's some really cool ones.
Thank you, Super Reedy, as always. Everyone have a week. Oh, he's stealing Michael Cody's
Uh-oh.
jam. Uh-oh. Okay, everyone have a weekend so good, a great one like everyone should, that members most honored can rest easy. I'm on it, Michael Cody. Ariatha, you're good. Okay. Some little fan crossover there. for us.
Yeah. Dang it. Look, I now not only want Michael Cody to have a good Monday, Super
Oh,
Reedy.
Monday.
Yeah,
That's right.
Super
John's
Reedy.
skipping the weekend.
You better have a good Monday as well. We're not going to talk about the weekend.
Yeah, not talking about the weekend, guys. Okay, thank you, the Moostramus.
Yep.
For John, I was gifted my Eldar army by a friend, and 2 Wraithknights came with it. I really want to run them, but I'm having a hard time doing so. Help.
Yeah. 2 Wraithknights. I think that's amazing. You have a good friend there.
How many points is a Wraithknight?
They actually fluctuate quite a bit. I think it starts at 400.
Okay.
If you go like the melee route, and then once you start adding guns, it goes up pretty hard. The
Okay.
guns are like maybe like 40, 50 points, and there's
Ooh,
like
okay,
shields
yeah.
involved too that
Yeah.
you can add. It might be 450 base, the lowest loadout. Look, they're really good. I would say take an auxiliary, which you kind of lose some things, unfortunately, or really lean into it, where now more than half your army, probably 1,200 and some points, 1,300 points, going to be Wraithknights, because you'll buy another one and take 3
Oh.
and a super heavy detachment, and now you're getting all the cool stuff with your chapter.
So unfortunately, our first point of advice, Mr. Damas, is to take 2 Wraithknights, take 3.
Yeah. Like, go back to your friend. Oh, did you forget to give me
Did
a
you forget to give?
Wraithknight?
Because
Did you
that's how
have one
super
like
heavy
hidden away?
That's how
You hold-
super heavy detachments work, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Are you holding out on me? No. I think it's actually really cool. You can definitely make a really cool army that's fairly strong. Maybe not the most competitive. You'll run into Tau, where they love these big targets.
Yeah.
But
Especially
I would,
things you can't hide.
Exactly. You can't obscure them, so get ready to either Cowabunga in or put them in Webway, put them in Strategic Reserve.
Okay.
And
Oh,
do
Webway. Webway is interesting, right?
Yeah.
Pick up a Webway.
Because now you can Webway them within 9 inches if you get that opportunity. So maybe that's part of the answer.
What do you?
too.
Let's say he does just take 2 though. What do you build
Yeah.
around to?
I think you're definitely going LA Talk for -1, so they can get in.
Okay.
You'll have a -1 to shooting and things like that, so they're most likely to survive. You're probably going to be
Not
taking,
running not reroll charges.
Ooh, Sam.
This is kind of cute for Simon, right?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
No.
Right?
Like,
Now you got
kinda,
it.
yeah, a little.
I was gonna say Yandon as well, because now
yeah.
you're might ignore AP1.
So it probably does depend what you take around then.
exactly.
Almost, yeah.
Now you can do Oathway, have more like fate dice and things like that.
So no help on
Yeah, so-
who to take, but then taking around them, you want to build into that craft world, I suppose.
Yeah.
Are any of the far flungs compelling for?
Almost
you've-
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost no. Almost specifically not a custom. Yeah, it's weird. Probably no
Yeah.
custom. I think we said all the good ones. LA Talk, Yandon, Oathway, and
Simhan.
Sam Han. All
Yeah.
really good. I would kit them out all differently. I would have like one that's melee and one that's like a sun cannon or double wraith cannons are really good. I'm sure they're already built for you and stuff. But, if you have a way to make that decision,
Yeah.
you could go that route. If you're going again, definitely lean to Wraith. Bring more like Wraith Lords, Wraith Guard. Just go all Wraith. That's super awesome. -1 damage across the board.
Oh, that's
but-
pretty big.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
And then maybe some psychic support as well. You need your Farseers. You need your Warlocks. Try to lean into transports as well. Just go hard into the durability route. Something that people don't expect Eldar to do. And then try to play that game of like T7, T8, transports and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck and have fun with this. At least it's a somewhat quick army to paint. If you have to
Right.
paint, you might not even have to paint.
Yeah.
It was a gifted army. Thank you, Devin. How would you run T-Suns to be competitive without Terminators? Also, are there any ways to run demon engines for T-Suns that would be strong? Thanks.
Ooh, that's a hard question.
So I think the big thing we would say, I know Adrian would probably say if he was here, what you lose from Terminators is your melee punch. So I think if you're not taking, a group of 10 or 2 groups of 5 or a group of 5 and 10, and they're also obsec, right? I think you have to concede that you're no longer going to be that melee of an army, because I don't really know what other melee they have that's strong.
Right, maybe you...
Demon Prince?
Demon Prince, you have the Brayers, right? The
Zangors.
Zangors,
yeah. I think you almost at this... Okay, here, let me toss it out.
Yeah.
You see what you think. I think at this point what you do is you probably say, I'm a shooty horde army. You take as many Rubrics and as many Zangors as you can.
Yes.
And light in to grab things.
Yep, that's where I was going.
Early turn.
Yep.
I would almost even take Fate Caster bows. Even though they're not that good, like you're just shooting now.
Yeah.
You're zipping up.
Lean into it.
Yeah, just lean into shooting. As many characters as you can, as always.
Yeah.
I would probably avoid a Demon Prince to say, like you're not melee. Like the Demon Prince is there to help in melee, maybe the Terminators, and you don't have Terminators. So I would say I'm now a shooting army.
Yeah, and like Psychic army, right? You're still
Psychic.
doing the Mortals.
I'd probably do Duplicity to jump around and be cagey.
Yeah, that's cool.
Basically, you're playing Tau with Psychic. You're cagey.
That's cool.
You're shooty.
And you're still durable with Rubrics.
Yeah, and you're durable.
I like it. And I think this is not the most terrible idea to have, right?
No, I think it could be interesting.
I think you see Terminators a lot in competitive because it's a hard anvil. Not every list can deal with those Terminators, right?
Yeah.
But there's now things like Craft World and Tau that love those big single targets. You're a great target to be elected for Doom and Guide. Now those Terminators are just getting destroyed.
Now it's like 5 Rubrics. Cool.
Yeah, and they might as well been 10 Rubrics.
Right.
So yeah, I like it.
Demon engines? Yeah, I was also looking, Devin, as we know in my painting queue, I do have T-Suns for myself and for the studio in a few months that I will get to. And Adrian and I have been chatting demon engines a little bit too. We had a great friend of the show, Xenodrag, recently hook us up with some Venom crawlers, and among other things, and we were kind of chatting about that. Nice. They can't take those, but what can they take? They can take the Hellbrute.
Demon engines
and
specifically.
They can take a Helldrake.
Ooh, I've seen the Helldrake. I actually played against someone. There was an LVO where I played against someone from PlayOn, and they had a Helldrake, and
everyone just kind of like launches that thing into their opponent turn one.
Yeah,
right? You just
so
tag
great.
something. Yeah.
It was back when flyers were really good, so less good now, but it's really just great throwing in there. And I guess.
And if you go second.
Yeah.
You're going to lose it, but at least you got second.
Yeah,
right?
at least you got second. Yeah.
It's almost like turn, and how much, they're cheap too. Helldrakes are like on the lower half of, in between like 100, 150, I think.
Yeah, I want to say either 140, like 10 under or 10 over 150. So 140 or 160.
I thought they might even be, I might be wrong. I thought they were even less than that.
Huh. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. It's still an old codex, so I don't know.
Would you take more than one Helldrake? Would you take 2? That's your only other option, I guess.
Yeah.
Would you take 2 Helldrakes?
Are they? I don't think they're flyers.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. No, you're right. They're not anymore. They just like move like crazy.
They're weird. Yeah. They're weird. Yeah. I think they're cool. I don't know what you would get though. Is the thing. Forge Friend.
Forge Friend. The Forge Friend is a demon engine, and they can take it. The thing about the Forge Friend is, maybe, or the Mauler Friend, but I almost am kind of like a little bit more into the Vortex Beast at that point.
Yeah, I like the Vortex Beast.
The Vortex Beast at that point for that, I'm almost just like, it kind of buffs Psychers. It kind of is. It's like
it's on brand.
It's on brand. I think it like synergizes a little bit better with the army. And in my mind, they're very similar. Yeah, the Forge Fiend for shooting though, maybe. Yeah,
they're cool. Yeah, but I don't know if I would lean too much into demon engines if I don't think it's specifically strong to answer the question. But it's definitely cool. You can have a good list with it.
Yeah. Thank you, Ogre Barbarian, again. Since I decided that my AOS army would be Seraphon using Necron bits, beating out the suggested Sylvaneth with Tyranid bits, I'm looking at a Thunder Lizard list. What should that look like?
Thunder Lizard.
Yeah, so Thunder Lizard right now is well, most Seraphon lists are kind of good. Thunder Lizard is all monsters. It's oops, all big monsters. Your monsters benefit. They go up to wounds. Up in wounds, I think +2 each. I'll check it.
And these are big models, right? Like these are.
They're like.
What we would probably consider like a Titan almost.
Yeah.
In 40K.
So for sure you want the Scar, not the Scar veteran, just the main Carnosaur leader on the main Saurus leader, Saurus on Carnosaur as your general. I think I really like the Skink Oracle on Troglodyte, so I would definitely get one of those. And then while you're at it, it's not exactly monstery, but at least get a Slain. Honestly, Lord Croak's pretty cool, but the Slain's cool because he can cast his spells go through the Oracle. So like the Oracle can be on the other side board and you can cast spells out of them. Super cool. Huh. So for sure, Skink on Troglodyte, Carnosaur. Bastillodons are cool. They do now give up the point. That was one of the units I was talking about, where they give up a point when you kill them.
It's too good.
They're a little too good. With them, the snake thing is super cool, but it's just not that strong right now. Typically in Sigmar, they do a good job of making the weapon options like equally good, since they don't charge different points for them. Mm-hmm. But I think the solar laser is the way to go. Yeah. So I do like 2 of those. That would be your start. So it would be the Carnosaur, the Troglodyte, the 2 Bastillodons. Engine of the Gods, just super cool. Like, hey, free 10-man Saurus squad. Why not? Like, there's your 5 monsters. There's your 5 big monsters. I take those. And then I'd surround them with skinks. Just millions of skinks.
If you wanted to convert like Necron bits onto these things, what should he look to kind of do, right?
This is so good because if you can find an old or new monolith, you can do a lot of this. So Ogre Barbarian, I don't know if you're still in chat. I forget if you're kind of like, you're mixing using Necron bits. Okay, Seraphon using Necron bits. Gotcha. So you can kind of make, the Bastillodon basically has a giant crystal that sits on his back. Yeah. So you can use like the monolith bits and kind of make some, like a Bastillodon and just put the Necron stuff on top of them. Yeah. Or even better, take like a Doomsday Arc and put it on the top of a Bastillodon.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
The skinks, the skink on like the Troglodyte thing and the Carnosaurs. Oh man, I almost want to see like, get rid of the dinosaur. And believe me, that pains me to say because the dinosaur is the coolest part of this.
So now it's not even like Seraphon using Necron bits anymore. It's just like full-on conversion.
Okay, so you're going to take the Triarch Stalker and you're going to take the rider on these things and have him riding the little Triarch Stalker. Yeah. That'd be super cool. Yeah, I actually think these two mix. We were talking about how it's these 2 armies are like the only 2 armies in AOS outside of Chaos that sort of have a weird connection since the old ones are Slann. Yeah. And the Necrons fought Slann, and that's like this weird crossover between the 2 worlds. Yeah. I think my instinct is like blend who's riding what, but I don't think he's exactly asking for that because he's a master at this already. He already built a Ogres Custodian army out of Ogres. Custodes army out of Ogres. So I think I would just say as far as what you want in your list as a start, it would be the 2, like the Troglodyte, Skink, the Saurus on Carnosaur, 2 Bastillodons, Engine of the Gods. I'd start there.
Cool.
Yeah. John, I think we did it.
Whoa. Awesome. We did the thing.
Yeah, we did it.
I guess we should talk about
things happening.
Things happening. Yeah. So we have a Tuesday vote that I'm going to put up just after this. Let us know, even in the comments below or in Discord, what should we play against the Tyranids on Tuesday? But the vote's going to be what chapter we play.
Chapter? Or did you just give a spoiler? Is it going to specifically be Space Marines?
What are they called? Swarm?
I see. High Fleet.
High Fleet. What High Fleet we're playing for the Tyranids. It's going to be a week of Tyranids. So Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah.
All going to be Tyranids. Tuesday, members will get to decide what we're going to play. Let us know. Make sure you cast your vote before Tuesday, and we'll see. What do we got going on Monday?
Monday, Sigmar. The Phillipses will be on air together.
Nice.
I think they've only been on air together once before in the history of the channel. So a Phillips on Phillips's game. I'll be there producing. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be wild. Mel will be playing her Deepkin, and Adrian will be playing his Cute Boys, as we like to call them around here. So that should be a fun matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And just come and hang out, too. It's usually a fun, spicy game, a lot of hot takes. Chat's usually rumbling and making their remarks, of course.
Wednesday on Hobby Titans, Kat and I will be working on getting going on a terrain board. It's been a while since we've done terrain on Hobby Titans. Hobby Titans fans know once we get going, we kind of like do it for a little while. It's a lot of fun. We show off a ton of techniques. And then at the end of it, we have a new board. And we're going to actually be working on a board Kat has been working on. So it's always been whatever weird board I come up with. Now you get to see whatever weird board she comes up with. Kind of exciting.
Nice.
I think we did it.
Awesome. We did the thing. All right, everyone, make sure you guys have a good weekend. Super Reedy, Cody, you guys have a good Monday.
Good Monday.
And then we'll catch you guys next time on the tabletop. Bye.